One of the fastest growing federal agencies is now talking about layoffs unless they get more money. How much more? They want a total of $104 billion. And this is happening in the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. This is about $24 billion more than what was previously agreed upon. Why do they need this money? They want to continue to grow. They want to grow by another 14%. And if you're a job seeker, you already know that just about every week the IRS is hosting a hiring event, virtual hiring events for all types of positions, administrative, finance, revenue agents. They want to keep growing. So they want to hire another 11,000 employees. That would make the IRS the largest it has ever been. If you look back to 2018, they only had 62,000 employees. So why is the IRS trying to keep growing? Well, they want more of that tax revenue. They want to be able to conduct more audits. And for a lot of people, they get a little scared. They get a little apprehensive, especially if you've been submitting those sketchy tax returns. But the odds of actually getting a tax return is really low. It's 1 in 500 or 0.2%. So what we're being told is the IRS wants to focus in on the corporations, the large companies. They want to increase the audits by 10 times. Then, for people making more than $10 million a year, they want to increase that rate by 50%. In order to put this plan into motion, the IRS needs more employees. But the plan is not just to have more employees and more audits. They also want to expand online services. They want to fight different tax scams. They want to improve their technology. But that's all still being discussed right now. If you look at the president's most recent budget proposal, it has the IRS staying flat. And if we get a new president in November, if we get a Republican president, we could see a reversal. We could be seeing a shrinkage of the IRS agency. There is an argument right now where Republicans are saying it is not worth expanding the IRS. The return on investment is not there. Democrats are countering, saying if we have more of a robust IRS, we can generate and gather more of that tax revenue. There are people that are not paying their taxes. As they continue to argue, let's talk about you. You might have a problem with your taxes. Most people do. Only 27% of Americans believe their federal income tax is fair. This is for different reasons, but the IRS released a chart recently that shows who's paying what when it comes to taxes. We can see here that the top 50% of earners are still paying the most in taxes. The common line of thinking here is they're earning more, they have more money, so they should be able to spend more money. Now, should you work for the IRS? Today, looking at USAJobs.gov, there are over 700 jobs in the IRS. If you go ahead and scroll down on USA Jobs, you'll see a lot of them that say 12-month roster. These are open for a year. You apply once, you're considered multiple times. And for some of these job announcements, they're sharing their certificates with other offices. So you can apply for one office in the IRS and then receive an interview request from a completely different office. So it's worth spending the time to apply at least once to these type of positions. Since this is the IRS, let's look at the 0500 job series. If you don't know, federal government jobs are categorized by job series. There's over 300 of them. 0500 is for finance, for accounting. And you might think when you hear finance or accounting, you might think, I must need a bachelor's in accounting. I must need a public accountant certificate. For some of the jobs you might, but there are a lot of jobs where that type of education is not a requirement. The jobs that do require an accounting degree or CPA include the 0512 Internal Revenue Agent, 0510 Accounting, and the 0511 Auditing job series. If you do not have the required education for these type of jobs, you can look at the 0501 Financial Administration and the 0560 Budget Analyst job series. Those two job series, they're still considered finance jobs, but they do not have the hard educational requirement. And you might think, since this is the IRS, 0500 must be the most popular job series, but that's not the case. If you wanted to find where are the most opportunities, you would have to scroll up to the 0300 job series. The most job opportunities are in the 0343 job series, and there are 80 job openings today. The 0300 job series, to include the 0343, it makes up the backbone of a lot of federal agencies. This is your administrative support. When you have to deal with compliance, when you have to deal with correspondence, if there's a privacy issue, if OIG is investigating the office and we need to do a special high-risk project, you will have 0300's managing that project, interacting, collaborating, and communicating with other offices. These are individuals that you're going to lean upon heavily. And thankfully, a lot of people, regardless of their background, can find commonalities on what they've done in past jobs, and they can line it up perfectly with a 0300 job. The second most popular job is the 2210 job series, and this is for IT specialists. There's over 56 job openings. Information security is the most popular, followed by policy and planning. Now, with the 2210 job series and IT jobs in general, the government has made more of a concerted effort to remove the educational requirements from the job announcement. In the private sector right now, you can still see jobs that require a bachelor's degree in computer science, or maybe they want you to have a litany of different certifications that prove that you know what you're doing. But in the government, as long as you can explain your experience and show that you have the skills necessary for the job, they're not going to fault you for not having a degree, for not having a certification. They're going to find you qualified, interview you, and potentially give you a job offer. So do not let not having a degree discourage you with this job series. In the best places to work in the government, the IRS comes in the middle of the list in the agency subcomponent rankings. Out of the 750 IRS jobs that are currently on USAJobs.gov, only 150 are actually open to the public, meaning that any and all US citizens can apply to them. If you have a special hiring path, that will open up a lot more opportunities for you. But these jobs are being updated on a daily basis. So tomorrow it can fluctuate by the hundreds. This is why you need to set your filters and check daily, apply daily with a strong resume. Now, if you are interested in federal government jobs, maybe you want to work at home. 100% remote work enables you to work at home. If you want to know the top federal agencies that are hiring 100% remote work positions, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.